It don't matter how much you cash out on her. It doesn't matter how much you bail her out of trouble. Doesn't matter what you do for her. She's still gonna cheat on you, man. That's what they do. Sis, no matter how faithful he says that he is, no matter how much he's done for your mother and your family, no matter how many times he tells you that he loves you, he's still gonna cheat on you. That's just what they do. The juggernaut. Social media has convinced people that it's not even worth getting in the relationship anymore because apparently everybody cheats. That is the notion. That seems to be the anthem. They talk about this all the time on various different podcasts. You have podcasts with panels of all guys that bash women. You have podcasts with all ladies that bash all men. And this war between men and women just continues on and on and on to the point where neither of them trust each other. So they spew this venom out into the public because a lot of people listen to this. A lot of people listen to podcasts because there's a lot of lonely people who want relationship advice, but unfortunately, instead of getting advice, they're getting a bunch of rhetoric and a bunch of nonsense from people saying that no matter who you're with, under any circumstances, that they're going to cheat on you. You know, I see these beautiful photos of couples. You know, they may be out going for dinner, or they may be out on the beach, just, you know, having a good time, just in love with each other, and you can see it in the photo. But if you read the comments, there's always going to be like those bitter people there that say things like, oh, they're just gonna cheat on you, you know. All of this theatrics and all of this happy stuff just for him to cheat on you. I'm like, man, how miserable do you really have to be to feel that way? Like, I'm just saying, like, how miserable do you have to be to feel that way, to think that no matter what, people are going to cheat on you? And there was another one that I saw of a woman who was recovering from an illness, and her husband was helping her, like, in the bathroom, right? She couldn't get up off the toilet to wipe herself, and he's sitting there in the bathroom with her, you know, just being patient, letting her do her thing, and, you know, helping her, you know, clean herself up. And I was reading the comments on that, and there were still people saying, even though he's sacrificing for her during this time period of her being at her most vulnerable time, she's still gonna cheat on him. So I'm like, wow, I guess everybody's a cheater. Let me tell y'all something, folks. Social media has ruined rationale and intelligent thinking. And it has swept people's attention when it comes to what people actually believe to be true and what isn't true. Nowadays, if you see it online, it must be true. And it doesn't matter who you come across in real life, doesn't matter who's out here in the world. Such and such said it online, who has a couple 100,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's these Kevin Samuel Anites, fanboys or whatever, who listen to him and got them looking at women like they're some sort of, like, you know, object or whatever, looking at them as far as value goes. And then, you know, you got ladies out here who look at guys as a quick buck. Degeneracy throughout the music. People like Glorilla and Sexy Red getting all up in your head, talking about, you know, screw him and do what you gotta do, take his money, then move on to the next. Like, I hate it. It's absolutely disgusting, to be honest with you, man, because that's not the way that the world really is, folks. It's not. There's a lot of good people in this world. There's a lot of people who work hard. There's a lot of people who want real love, who want relationships. And I hate to burst your bubble for those of you out there who believe that nonsense, but everybody's not a cheater. Everybody's not out here trying to get laid. You know, there's a lot of people who are faithful, like myself. You know, I've been with my wife for nearly 21 years. And yes, you know, we've had our ups and downs throughout that time period. And I've been very transparent about that as well. However, making that decision to marry her has been the best decision of my life. And I put her above everything except for God. My wife comes before my kids. My wife comes before my parents. My wife comes before everything. I don't put nothing above her. You know what I mean? Our communication is good. We spend quality time together. We're open with each other. We laugh, all that good stuff. And these are the things that a lot of relationships tend to lack. They tend to lack quality time. They tend to lack proper communication. They tend to lack, just having fun together. They tend to lack just openness, transparency. They lack all of these different things, and this is why they end up failing sometimes, or people just end up going in a whole other direction, unfortunately. You don't just wake up in the morning and decide that you want to cheat, man. Like, that's some stuff right there that's building up over time. Now, I'm not condoning cheating. I absolutely despise it. I think that if that's how you feel, you need to get out of a relationship, like, immediately before you put somebody through that. That's very, very traumatic. That's a very terrible thing to do. Like, cheating it's really horrible thing. And there are some people out here who are terrified of feeling that way, so they can't even really see themselves doing it to somebody else. Okay? I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Look, you know, some of y'all might be single, and you may think to me, like, how can you relate to me, right? You're married, you've been with your wife for a long time. How do you know how I feel? I talk to a lot of people that are single. Nah, I ain't no counselor. I'm not a therapist. Not claiming to be none of that. I'm just somebody that has an ear, and I can be pretty good with my words. And there's just people out here who just want to talk and put their thoughts out there. And you know, these are men and women who want relationships, who want to give themselves over to somebody, and you know, they've been hurt at some point in life. These men want to be husbands. These ladies want to be wives. They're approaching, you know, their mid-30s, some of them closer to 40, and they want love. They do. They really want love. And, you know, they're settling for just, you know, being by themselves and single until that person comes along, which I respect, because people who tend to jump into different relationships over and over and over, it never really works out at the end of the day, because they didn't, one, probably give themselves enough time to heal, or they didn't give themselves enough time to really learn about themselves. Like, I don't think you should get in a relationship if you don't have any boundaries, if you don't have any standards, if you don't know what you want out of the relationship. Why in the world would you want to get into it? That's just a disaster waiting to happen, okay? So, yeah, there's people out here who want love. And if you're somebody out there who wants that, just make sure that you're mentally okay and that you have as less baggage as possible. If you need therapy, get some therapy. If you are not doing well financially, get yourself in order financially. You don't want to go into a relationship with a bunch of problems and a bunch of issues. You want to try to limit it to as many as you possibly can, especially if there's somebody out there. Because again, there's people who are afraid to get into relationships with people because they don't it's like uncharted territory, unknown territory, and they don't know what to expect. They just know they want to be loved. They want to be consoled. They want to have that companionship. And that's probably you too. So everybody's not here cheating. That's not normal, folks. Just understand that. No, everybody is not cheating. No. Are there people cheating? Yes, absolutely. But everybody is not cheating. That is a very abnormal thing. And there are a lot more people in this world who are not doing it than people who are actually doing it. Okay? All right. So look, if you resonated with this video, do me a favor. Comment down below your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to this channel if you're new. Like this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.